Hello. Some are winning and some are losing, and some are still yet to get, the clue to getting that win. But at the moment, some are happy and some are still looking for that happiness when it comes to the world of sports. On that note, we welcome you to yet another episode of Capital Sports, reaching you live from the studios of NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. I am Abdullah Hajia. And as usual, I will not be alone on the show. The maestro himself is here, and trust what he can do. He is loaded and ready to talk to us, give us depth of analysis, and also some of the issues that we're even yet to know. I believe he'll be telling us on the program. But before he comes on board, let's go on a short break, and when we return, we'll continue from there. Glad to know you're still there. And well, so much are happening in the world of sports, particularly the ones around us in Nigeria. Talking about our Chan Eagles, yes, our very team B of the senior national team. We know they have a date with the Black Galaxies of Ghana, and the coaching crew led by Agustin Eguavona not leave. It's not leaving anything to chance. Talking about preparations. And just yesterday, we learned that the Chan Eagles got a resounding 5-0 victory when they played a friendly match. But is that enough? We'll get to know that in the course of the program. So also our under 17 girls too are getting ready to for the Waffle B under 17 championship. These are some of the games that we'll be looking up to. But when we take it away from that and come to the administrative aspect, we also have to talk about some of the cutting of the T's and dotting of the I's that the NSC is still doing. And I know I have a capable hand in the person of Badi Adele himself, the maestro, who will be joining me live. Buddy, welcome.
Nice to be here, Abdullah, and of course, interesting times.
All right, I know you find better and stronger now to talk to us. Okay, but let's quickly begin to look at what we have on our table. The Chan Eagles. We're seeing the team is building up, is getting ready. The days are going by. December 22nd is just not too far from now. Mentally, physically, and tactically, I think those boys should be getting ready to face Ghana.
I want to believe they are very much ready. We saw their recent friendly matches, and of course, even having a striker there who got, himself a hat trick, and there were three other, goal scorers on the list that particular day, scoring six goals, and of course, this will be the first time in the history of, the Chan Eagles that they were assembled very early, and they've been playing together as a team. And even for those players from Remo Stars that you're using their stadium to do all these things, their training pitch and everything, that they don't even need any transport to go attend their match. They still didn't release the players to go feature for their clubs. They just need to stroll to go feature for their clubs. Not they don't even need any vehicle to convey them, but they still did not release them. That tells you the level of seriousness that we're seeing this time, and I think that's huge. Even if you're starting from the coaches too, they're supposed to be with their clubs too, but they're not with their clubs, and of course they are with the team doing a lot of things. So I want to believe that this time around it could be we could say we're doing things differently so we could see a different result. And I could remember when I was on commentary duties, the last time we faced Ghana, when it comes to, at Chan, of course, we couldn't qualify that time. Not because we were not the better team that day, but because of what happened in the first leg. And just like I said, at times in football, aside from you being better, we also, consider other motivating factors. I've said it that this is not the best of football for Ghana in any age group, from the national team to the women to the men. It's not the best of times for them when it comes to football. The Chan is the only hope for them at the moment. Maybe the under 17 WAF will be, Girls Cup. But the Chan, if they can go to Chan, if they qualify, go there and they win, it could calm some nerves in that country because they couldn't qualify for AFCON.
Okay, well, they couldn't qualify. It's not our fault, but I don't. I
That's what I'm
think
saying.
nobody should be stopping us.
So we should know that if we're going there, they're like wounded lions.
Okay.
Let's be prepared, to face wounded lions.
Okay, seems to have gone through such phase in their own life footballing or sporting history. So I think Ghana will not be the first. Man City too at the moment. I think they are yet to
Man City and Ghana, they are siblings at the moment.
All right, okay. Let's also the expectations I know will also be high, just like you say, from the Ghanaian part and also from the Nigerian part. Like you said sometimes, but we've missed out in a couple of times that I think Nigerians wouldn't want anything, short of going to qualify, pick that ticket and go represent the country, especially when we have, the crop of players we have at the moment and the seriousness we've seen from the, coaching crew, which I think we've now seen it in recent time, talking about having an intensive, campaign training, with the determination to get result. I think this is the right time for us to go all out. Yes, we don't know what's going to happen in Ghana, but I think when they come to Europe, they should be able to finish the work.
One thing is that the new thinking when it comes to sports in Nigeria is that, we can see progress. It's not about winning. These days, it's about progress and, of course, having, the normal structure. But I can tell you of all the things that we're competing for, is it in football, basketball, rugby, or anything, it's only Chan that we must win. And there's nobody that can tell me that there's another option. And I'll give you the reason. Most of these players that have been put together now, when it becomes June, from May, June, July, September 2025, they're no longer playing in Nigeria. So it's now or never. Then you have to go pick another crop of players. So you can't tell me that it's developmental because they won't be there next year. So they are going. So it's either you get it right or you get it wrong. So the only charge they can get is that we're not building a team. They're a team already. Just assemble the best and win it because they are with CAF rules and everything. There's no room for development. Once the player scores 5 goals in Nigeria, he or she wants to leave the country. So Chan is for the players plying their trade in their home country. So how do you do that? So this is the only competition in all federations, in all sports, that you can say winning is the only option because you cannot tell me that it's developmental. So we should let them know that, see, you cannot be saying you're giants of Africa. Okay, you said you need a foreign club. Then go and win China and go to your foreign club.
All right, but we wish them well and hoping that they maintain the momentum of the two friendlies we've seen so far and carry it into the match and get us a maximum result. And now the same fate or similar fate, the under 17 girls too, in camp ahead of the Wafubi Championship, which I think they should be dancing to qualify.
It's quite interesting, and of course, for me, I've had difficulty in understanding, what was brought out in the media earlier today. The girls will be playing their opening match of the tournament at 7. So I wouldn't understand, and I felt well, I wouldn't know the communication, and that was, one of the things, I've been battling with editors and people since morning. Why are you telling us about friendly? You're supposed to let us know if they're in Ghana already, or they're not in Ghana, or they are set for their game. They cannot be playing today, and you let me know that maybe they're about to get there or something. No. So the all emphasis should just be on the match today. Ghana will be playing the opening match around 4 or 5. That will be against Benin Republic, and of course Nigeria. Will be facing Niger Republic, and of course afterwards we will face Cote d'Ivoire. It's meant to be a 16 tournament with Burkina Faso, Ghana, and Benin. In
Group A.
Group A. In Group B, you have Nigeria, Niger, and Cote d'Ivoire. But unfortunately, I wouldn't know what happened, maybe due to lack of funds and all that. Then we've had Burkina Faso pulling out. So it's going to be best of two between, Benin
Ghana.
Republic and Ghana. So it means they will play twice and to determine who finishes first or second. But automatically, both teams have qualified for the semifinals. So only Nigeria's group that you can find a team, dropping out. So the issue is that, I want to believe they've had enough time to prepare. Some of the members of the team, that represented the country at the Dominican Republic on the 17 Women's World Cup. They won't be part of the squad, but the coach, Bankole Olowokere, just like you said, you saw that victory over Remo Stars ladies. And if you say these are young girls, some aged 15, 16, and 17, and they are doing so well for themselves. And this is quite beautiful. This will be the first edition of the WAFU Beyond the 17 Girls Cup. And it will help us to be building the next generation, the next team for the Under 17 World Cup or the Under 17 African Nations Cup, which is quite beautiful. So let's hope it's going to be just like someone told me this morning. You wouldn't expect Nigeria to have issues at the under 17 level with Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire. But we want to believe that there are no minors in football again. So, and they could be banana peels for us. So, but all the best to Coach Bankole Olowokere and his girls.
Well, I'll give it to Coach Okoriban. I think this one man that has, if you ask me, we've not celebrated him that much because he has brought a lot of progress, a lot of development to our under 17 team, and he has done very well. Yes, you will say that he has not gone win the trophy, bring for you, but I think he's done so much well, using these girls to
And
make
that's what we're talking
a
about.
statement.
In Nigeria, when you don't win, they don't know you. So for you to make them know you, you have to win. But now, from the National Sports Commission, there's a new thinking, making Nigerians understand that if this is showing loads of progress. It's beautiful. And of course, we know that Rome wasn't built in a day, especially on the 17 World Cup does not mean that you must win at all cost. But are you getting a team that can go ahead and impress even further when you get to the under 20 level, the under 23, and now the Super Falcons? And that's what we are having now. Because coach, Justin Madugu invited some of the players from the under 20 squad to the Super Falcons, and they are now with the Super Falcons. Progress? Yes, progress.
All right. Well, don't forget to still watching Capital Sports from the Unity Station NT Channel 5 Abuja. At this juncture, we'll be opening the line for you to be part of the conversation as usual because we value your company at this moment. So the line to call is on the screen. Do call us and be a part of what we are discussing. Now, but before we get the calls coming, we learned that the General Secretary NFF has returned. Good or bad?
Uh, I want to believe, like at this time in in the football federation, going with someone that everyone knows could just be the option. That somebody that
Let's get it. We
knows
can get this
everything.
call.
Okay.
Hello. That's we missed that call. Please, you can call back and be part of the discussion. The number to call is on the screen. Okay, but go ahead, please.
And at times when the battle for I think it was almost something that it was not it wasn't looking good in the press, especially the battle for that seat and all that. So at the end of the day, I felt the NFL just felt safe to just avoid these problems because so many people are jostling for this. Let's just retain this man. We want to believe they are going for experience over anything. The man has been there since 2015. And of course, he's been handed another term of about 3 years. So he lives around 2028. So by that time, there should be a clear successor, for him. So let's wait and see. So, and of course, I spoke with them. I think, yesterday morning, and of course, in that interview, he said he's using this opportunity, this new, the renewal, to finish, the job that he started. And of course, it's going to benefit the country, especially in the area of football. So 3 years, let's wait and see what he has to offer.
Well, he's one man I think that has survived different tenure of the NFF leadership, and I think he should be bringing experience to bear.
Yeah.
Even though other people might have their
Those
own.
days we used to bring him to this program. That time he was the director of competitions in the Nigeria Football Federation. So how time flies.
All right, but we wish him well, and we learned that FIFA has since congratulated him.
Swan,
And
Calf, everyone.
looking forward to working with him while he brings his wealth of experience, to bear. Let's okay get this caller first. Hello, hello. I think we're having challenge with the lines. Okay, quickly. This 1 week has just begun in the FCT. It's 1 week to unwind for sports writer. It's not about just talking with a pen alone. Use your body too.
I can assure you that sports writers are good sportsmen and women, and that is being made evident now. And of course, they started this morning with the walk, and of course, some games lined up and everything. It's been on the low key this year to celebrate the Sports Writers Association of Nigeria Abuja chapter week. But we're looking at 2025, when it's going to be a landmark year for the association that will be celebrating so many years of existence. So it's going to be a big one. But in case anybody still doubts most sports writers, maybe they think we only run our mouths, and they can come try us, in some areas. And of course, it's always beautiful to know that for years,
Yes.
the NTA team, delivered the men's, football trophy, and nobody can beat our record.
I think we're just not leading, talking about TV presentation, news. We're also leading when it comes to sports, and I think, like you
I
said,
think you should tell them that you're the you're the Messi-like striker.
like we always say, local pala is still a body. All right.
Hello, my name is Blessing from Kubwa.
Okay, Blessing, thank you for joining us. This Capital Sports. Quickly, what do you have to tell us at this moment?
Yes, please, I want to find out the name of the newly reappointed General NFF General Secretary.
Okay, okay.
Mohammed Sanusi.
Mohammed Sanusi.
Okay,
Did you
thank you
get?
so much.
And I hope you've seen his picture before. We just showed his picture a while ago, and he has this
White
identity,
beard.
gray hair, all over.
Yeah,
So I think it's somebody that I think is becoming like a household name.
Okay, that's a man there.
Yeah, it's synonymous with Nigerian football. You talk about
yes,
Nigerian football ways. You talk about Sanusi, Mohammed Sanusi. Thank you
yes.
for
Please,
coming.
what's the duration of his tenure? The duration of his tenure.
Three.
Three
3 years.
years. 3 years.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you for calling, Blessing. All right. Let's look at the MPFL just briefly.
Well, the Nigeria Premier Football League, it's been an interesting journey so far. But at the top, it's been funny.
We have another caller. So, hello, good afternoon. Oh, so sorry about that.
It's been a two-team battle at the
Okay.
top, and very soon it could become a four-team, five-team battle. But it's been between Rivers United and Remo Stars since the beginning of the season. Remo Stars, they will lose this week. Rivers will win. Rivers will take over. Next week, Rivers will lose. Remo Stars will take over.
Hello, good afternoon.
Remo Stars will take over. So it's very close between those two teams, Rivers United and Remo Stars. And the champion, of the league at the end of the day could just be one of them.
Hello, good afternoon.
So one of them could just be made the champions of the league. But the interesting thing about the league this season is the number of teams, and of course the weight, of the teams that are battling against relegation.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
So it's the weight of those teams. You have Bendel Insurance there, you have Aqua United there. You have so many teams that you wouldn't expect. Lobby Stars. So all those big teams are there and they are battling for their lives. Even Sunshine not far away. So the teams on a normal day you feel like it should be Korodu City and Okanami Warriors. But Okanami Warriors and Korodu City, they are fighting for the top spot up there. So
Hello, good afternoon. Hello, thank you for joining us. Good afternoon. Yeah, talk to us. Yeah, we can hear you. Hello. Something must be wrong with the this line, and I think our engineers will have to do something so that we're able to get barrage of calls. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, but let's continue. I think something is faulty somewhere. Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Your name, please.
My name is Joshua, calling you from Ufe.
Joshua from say yes. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Yeah, I just came in and I had you discussing about Nigeria and Ghana. Did Nigeria have any match to play against Ghana?
Yes, we have the Chan Nations Cup qualifier, not the competition. Right now, you're playing qualification between Nigeria and Ghana. Once the winner between the two qualifies to play the Chan next year. So we have a date, a two-legged encounter. We'll go to Ghana 22nd of December, then we return to Uyo on the 28th of December for the second leg. So as it is usually played, whoever have the upper hand in the two-legged encounter automatically qualifies to play the Chan. And you know what the Chan is? For all the local players, I want to say, playing in the local leagues now, those that have not, gone abroad, I think that is the competition. So we have a date with them.
Well, thank you very much.
Joshua, thank you for calling.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's a tough one this league season, and of course, so many away victories. And of course, you can go to any ground and grab, a win. It's very much possible. But it's been a very beautiful league
We
season.
must give it to the organizer managers of the league, buddy.
Yeah, they
Like
pay
in
for
the
ball.
past, we know what it means to go win an away match. But today, you could just go win and come out feeling like a big boy.
But Abdullah, you shouldn't expect anything less. A former DJ of the National Sports Commission, Benga Alegbele, leading that type of league. I shouldn't expect anything less. And of course, when you pump in money, and of course, the referees cannot be bribed. They are being paid very well. They increased their, their allowances, and they are being paid before even traveling. And these days, club directors, club owners don't lodge them again. You don't pay for their feeding and everything. So they are big boys going to match venues. You cannot bribe them, and everything is on TV. And nobody wants to, risk his or her career as a referee. So all these things, at the end of the day, that's what you're going to get. And even fans that always scatter.
Very good. That was what I was about to say. You didn't mention fans.
Small thing like this, your team has been docked 3 points. Okay. So you now feel like, what's the essence of the violence? We're protesting for maybe 1 point that we didn't get, and now we're losing 3 points, making it 4 points.
And you pay some money too.
You understand? So at the end of the day, and they will still banish you to another stadium, or they will say you should play behind closed doors. So at the end of the day, you still be the ones to lose.
But we're running out of time. Let's quickly look at the National Sports Commission. I know a lot had happened from late last week to this week, talking about meetings upon meetings and trying to get things done. One of the latest around the NSC is the adopt an athlete issue. Can you tell us more about that briefly, sir?
All right. Let me tell you something. One problem is that there has been this heavy reliance on government. And when we were going to the Olympics, they said 12 billion naira was released for the Olympics, and Nigerians were like, 12 billion naira? Then you have to win everything winnable. But part of the money were outstanding payments for athletes of more than 2 years that they should have paid. And money for so many things and all that. And you're just paying it, maybe days or weeks to a competition. So what if the person has not been training, or the person has not had money to go for training all this while? What would you do? So all these things cannot, we couldn't, really talk about it that time. Now, with the new thinking coming from the National Sports Commission, every year, at least for now, They've been able to look for the top 100 athletes in Nigeria, going by their performances and all ranking. So just like a league, the athletes too, we have a league. If you don't perform, you go down. If you keep performing, you're at the top. And I think top on the list we have Toby Amuson and Esebrome. Esebrome was very close to, winning an Olympic gold at some point in the 2021, Olympic Games, the 2020 that was decided in 2021. So, and of course, why they started with Esebumi. And the idea is that, for instance, they could say maybe a certain amount, that you're qualified. Esebumi and Toby Amuson, they are top on the list. So she was given part of the money. She will be getting the money yearly. She's been adopted to, she's going to retire. So she'll get her grants every year. She just came out of a ghastly motor accident. And of course, she needs a new car to be taking her to her training, venue. So the National Sports Commission did not just say, come and get a car, but let's give you the grant. So you have enough money for other things to do. And they did not use government money. They got someone, a group from the private sector to do that. So we're going to see that same thing happen to Toby Amuson.
Okay.
Any athlete, maybe you're a boxer or you're a basketballer, so far you're in the top 100 of all, especially individual athletes.
Rankings.
So it could be in badminton. A lady won, a golden bronze for Nigeria at the Paralympics. So she's going to be part of the 100.
All right, but let's leave it at that. I think I'll find a very better time to talk about, some of this development that we are beginning to see, and hopefully, they translate to something good for all of us, because it will justify some of the things we've highlighted here and talked about. Because we need progress in our sports, we need, development that can also translate to winning trophies at local and international level. Thank you for
You're
coming.
very much right, Abdullah. Thank you for having me on the show. Quite beautiful.
All right, well, we've run out of our time. We just have to go, our director says. So do join us again, same time, same station next week when we return with another analysis and topics and highlights on the show. I am Abdullah Hajia. Bye for now.